Yeah, I could just go into it here because I played the demo earlier. It's a fairly short demo, or it's like I think I beat it in about 40 minutes, going kind of slowly
JRPG,
through it.
RPG, action adventure.
Uh, it's a 2D like
HD
they're
2D.
HD 2D style, like kind of ARPG,
Okay.
kind of like it kind of like the older Zeldas.
Yeah, everyone
Where
is saying this is basically if Square made their
yeah,
own Wise game and a Zelda game combined.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's one where like in the demo, one thing about it is like uh all of the story element stuff that you kind of do in it, and like the main character stuff that you do in it, everything's voice acted.
Mm-hmm.
The level of voice acting is kind of it is what it is.
Pretty.
I gotcha.
You're giving me triangle strategy vibes right now.
A couple characters are
That didn't really have voice acting.
Yes, it did.
It had very little voice acting.
Yeah.
The whole game was voice acted.
I don't remember that.
couple characters in the Adventures of Elliot seem like they have pretty good voice acting. Couple of them. There's not a lot in the demo, but the few characters that there are, there was one King in particular where I was like, all right,
Okay, now I remember. Was it in English?
yes.
Okay, that's why. Triangle strategy I did in Japanese.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. Yeah. No, the English voice cast was horrendous.
Well, that's not fair to them.
But Adventures of Elliot, I mean, it has, it's one where like there's a bunch of like monsters and stuff on like just in the overworld,
Mhm.
and it's like you just walk up and fight them. It's like there's each so far each different type of them. They have their own unique stuff that they do, which is pretty cool. Some of them are enemies that'll just like charge at you. Some of them will shoot projectiles at you. There's some that just like they'll just sit there and kind of do an animation, and they shield every other enemy that's around.
Mhm.
So you have to go take them out before you can actually damage. They basically make them immune.
Gotcha.
Uh, it's got, I mean, dungeon exploration to it. There's, it's like the various puzzles in the game too. One of the things that they showed off is like you have your little fairy companion.
Okay.
You can freely control that as you're walking around. You use the right stick to actually just move that thing around.
Okay.
And they have the fairy has its own, or there's like abilities tied to the fairy. So the one that's equipped by default in the demo is you hit it and it's basically like the fairy jumps on your back and you start moving really fast. And you have to hit the button again to cancel it.
Okay.
But if you run into a wall, you just gotta bonk, which is kind of funny. There's another one that you can equip on the fairy. You pick which one you actually want to use, and it's one where you use the right stick and direct the fairy where to go. And when you hit it that time, you just teleport to where the fairy is.
Gotcha.
So it helps cross chasms and stuff like that. And it's stuff they there's like specific little mini dungeon type stuff where it's just kind of like parkouring around that they teach you all that stuff in it. Basically just a whole tutorial section that you play. But there's little secrets and stuff too. Like you have bombs that you can you have bombs in the demo, and bombs are a part of combat. So, but there's also like cracked walls and boulders and stuff that you can explode to open up dungeons or additional pathways
Okay.
to explore. Pretty cool. The demo ends on a pretty fun boss fight. Kind of teaches you different mechanics with it. One thing that's kind of funny is you got a jump button so you can jump around in the world, and there's a little bit of platforming.
Okay.
Nice.
Not only in exploration, but there's like vertical platforming in the boss fight, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty cool game. They have a system that they refer to as Magica. It's basically just from like killing mobs, and I think you can craft them too. You get certain Magica crystals, which you can combine. Basically, you have like a little bag that you have that you can drop them into, and it mixes them together, and they enhance like your combat essentially.
Okay.
Because you have some that just give you more damage. You can swap to a like this melee and range. Like you have a bow, and one of the magic things that I had, if you hit an enemy with a bow, it does a portion of that damage to, or a certain amount of damage to another enemy.
Okay.
So it's like little things from like it slightly increased damage or charge time on your weapon, because you can charge up your sword to different levels, and the higher level you do, you get a more enhanced attack, like throw a little projectile beam in front of you and stuff like that. So you can enhance charge time, you can enhance how your bows work, bombs, like I got one that was like the ability to throw out 2 bombs at a time. So things like that can change how you play. But overall, it looks like it's going to be a solid game. I was interested in it from watching the trailer of it and then playing the demo. Really excited to play it.
Yeah, that one's slated for 2026, so it's like automatically you already have something anticipated for next year, kind of thing.
Yeah, because like as you explore the world, they have like little I forget what they call them. They're basically little save point pylons.
Okay.
And if you go to one of the, or like if you're out in the world, you can open up the map and just teleport to any of the pylons.
Gotcha.
So it makes traveling, because there was a point where I was like, man, I wish there was like a fast travel feature in the game. About 3 minutes later, the game told me, it's like, oh, you can open up the map and fast travel to any of these.
Mhm.
So, the other thing that I thought was kind of interesting in the game is the way they handle like healing and potions, which is you have 2 slots for potions in your inventory, and they're one-time use.
Okay.
And you can carry. I think you can carry more potions. You can only have 2 equipped though, and since everything's one-time use, you get a glass vial afterwards. So like when you go to the shop to buy a potion, you have to have a vial to put it in.
Okay.
And if you don't have a vial, you just can't have that potion.
All right.
Nice. Like I told you earlier, I downloaded the demo. I downloaded it just earlier. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. But like overall, like there is nothing but praise for the demo and for what this game can be. Like everyone who likes RPGs and stuff, like, and especially HD2D games, are immensely pumped for this game.
One other thing I found interesting is like so you start the demo with a sword and a bow, and you can open up like a quick access wheel screen and change which one's equipped. But I found another sword in the demo. It's not, and it was like, it's not just like, okay, I need to go swap to that sword. It just upgraded the sword that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that as you play the game, you're not gonna have to worry about like which sword or anything you have equipped like that. It'll just be like various weapon types, and as you get the upgraded version of it, it's just you will have one sword, one bow, one whatever type weapon they
That's
have.
kind of cool.
And as you discover the new ones, yours just gets upgraded.
That's kind of cool.
And it adds different, like the upgraded sword I got added an extra level of charge.
Right.
So it increases the damage and gives you a little effect with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that's just going to continue when the game comes out. So that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
A little less inventory management.
Yeah, which for games where you just kind of get like the same weapon but like an additional number on it, whatever, or like it's like just the same weapon name but it's like a little bit, the inventory management element of those kind of games can get a little overwhelming as you just continue to just pile up on stuff if you're not like on top of it consistently. So just that like upgrade feature that it does automatically, that's really nice. It just let you play.
I just enjoyed what the Darkness games did. You just picked up tons of pistols. Once you ran out of bullets, you just threw it aside, grabbed another one from his spatial bag.
One thing too, if the little fairy that's running around with you, if it's annoying you, there's a button that says hide, and it just disappears until you call it back.
Congrats, Navi.
Like,
yeah, that's what I was just thinking was Navi.
Well, one thing I found kind of funny is there's in the open world, there's like tall grass and like pots and stuff. If you swing your sword, you cut the grass down.
Okay.
Because if you walk through the tall grass, you slow down.
Okay.
Yeah.
didn't want to cut the grass. I also found out if the second you enter the grass, you jump, you go back to normal speed.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's like, I don't know, I was just jumping around everywhere because it was fun.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that tonight.
Yeah.
Like once we're wrapped up with the show, I'm gonna bust out the Switch and
Yeah.
finish watching SummerSlam. I'm gonna be playing the demo.
Weird thing to say about like this like kind of ARPG style adventure game is I would be excited at the puzzles they put into it.
Really?
Because it's one where it's like the ones they show so far are like super simple stuff, but
Yeah.
assuming they expand on like the fairy abilities and stuff like that, there'll be some cool stuff you can do.
Nice. Yeah, no, everything about it looks really cool. That is immediately one of those that's like shot up on my list for 2026 of like, okay, yep, can't wait to hear more about this one. That one's gonna be exciting to check out.
Oh yeah, in the overworld, you find challenge shrines as well.
Like similar like what Breath of the Wild or Tears has.
Yeah, it's like a building that you go into and then you interact with it for a challenge. And one thing about this game, they are not shy. Like when you're walking around the overworld, there'll be like a few enemies together in certain areas, but they're kind of, for the most part, they're spread out. They are not afraid to throw a shitload of enemies on the screen and be like, deal with it.
Figure it out.
Nice.
Have fun.
Yeah, Godspeed, buddy. God, I can't wait to try it out, man. Like I said, as soon as we're done with the show, I'm going to play it.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It was one where I was like, this could be cool. And then I was playing, I was like, oh, this is gonna be real cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't wait for it.